Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I am the guy who picked Shogun Hua to defeat Dan Henderson. I'm here to talk about Shogun versus Ihor Potieria. Shogun, look, he's 41 years old. This is his last fight, no matter what, I think. And God, I really hope it is. But he's fighting a guy that I do think he can beat. I do think Ihor Potieria should win this fight, and it should be by first round knockout, but it's mainly because he's a big, strong guy who's 26 years old, and he's fighting a 41-year-old who's been through hell over the last 20 years or whatever he's been fighting. He's been fighting at a high level since 2005. So now that's 13 years or 18 years, I'm sorry, for Shogun fighting at the highest level. He's been through it, and I hope he can get past this final test here. He shouldn't on paper. He's favored to lose, and I suppose if he does lose, it's going to be a first-round knockout. Potieria winning by first-round knockout is plus 215. I did bet on that. But if Shogun wins, in my opinion, it's a TKO in the second or third round. Potieria, he's got a padded record, 18-3. And there might be like 3 fighters that are worth a fuck on that whole record. And as far as his losses go, he's got 3 losses. There, only one of them is to a good fighter, Negro Mariano, who beat him last year. And that was a case of Negro Mariano just taking him into the second round against a good enough fighter and overwhelming him. Ihor Potieria didn't belong in there in round 2. And he got beaten up against the cage and knocked silly by Negro Mariano. And to be honest, I could see Shogun duplicating that performance. I really could. Shogun, he didn't look good in a few losses, specifically the Anthony Smith loss and the OSP loss, I guess. Those are his first round knockout losses. But other than that, he's been tough to get out of there early. You can't really just start Shogun. Even John Jones in his prime went through him in 3 rounds. Not that I'm looking to fights from 10 years ago, let alone 18 years ago, to break down this fight. I'm aware this is a different Shogun. But Shogun still, he's a guy that he's been able to fight these longer fights. Even his last few wins, he's got Gian Vellante and Tyson Pedro. He took them out in round 3. It's impressive for an older guy to get a late finish like that. So if he was to get a win, I think it would be taming the newcomers, slowing them down, and then catching him when he's tired. And I'm really betting on Shogun to get it done. I know he shouldn't, but if he does, round 2 knockout is plus 1,800. Round 3 knockout is plus 2,500. Fucking sign me up. Not for anything huge, $5, $10, but I'm not going to not bet on it when Shogun wins his final fight. What, are you fucking kidding me? No, but look, Potieria should win the fight. He should. He's got a padded record, but he's a big, strong guy, and he did beat Lucas, whatever, the Contender Series guy who's over in Bellator now. And it's not, it's not like, oh, he's just dog shit because he beat dog shit opponents. He's not proven. He's not proven against good fighters, but he's still clearly a very dangerous fighter. He's got, great offense. He's a dangerous striker. He's got a good amount of submissions. What do you have? 6 submissions, a good amount of rear naked chokes. He's got a triangle a few years ago. But Ihor Potieria, you have to see him fight better fighters, more better fighters, if you're going to judge him as a fighter. And I just can't assess him. I assess him right now as a guy with a padded record, a can crusher, and he's fighting a guy who, even though he's old and slow, and he's literally almost got 1 foot out the door of the sport, he's still fighting a guy who's been historically very durable and carries his power late into the fight. And if there's any trick to be learned, Shogun's already learned it. I think against Ihor Potieria, Ihor's a bigger guy. Shogun's got an inch of reach, believe it or not, but he's still 2 inches shorter. Shogun is going to have to protect himself, on the outside and try to fight his way inside where he can beat up Ihor and find out where he's uncomfortable, get him against the cage. And, I think if he was to get a finish, it would look like the Negro Mariano fight where he just beat him up against the cage and knocked him out. So, prediction, I guess I'll go, fuck it. Shogun round 2 knockout. I can't pick against him, but I'm aware of what you see. he should lose this fight. He should lose any fight by first round knockout. It's just the only times it's happened are against Anthony Smith and OSP, even though at this point those fights are fucking ages ago, way back when he was in his 30s. But I'm a Shogun fan. I'm fucking biased. I'm going with Shogun. And my bets are only on the sprinkles. Round 1 KO for Potieria. Round 2 and 3 KO for Shogun. The over-under set at 1.5 rounds. It's over almost even money. I don't trust it. It would be, if you're betting on the under, you may as well bet on Potieria to win by finish. And if you're betting on the over, then the options broaden a little bit, but still, I think it's Shogun's fight. So you may as well capitalize on insanely wide odds. All right, that's it. Like, share, subscribe, all that horseshit. Let's go Shogun. Let's go Pride FC.